Living on the edge of the community was intentional. I didn't move to Maple Ridge Estates for the manicured hedges or bi-monthly HOA meetings. I bought the 5-acre parcel on the perimeter for one reason. It bordered my family's original homestead, a chunk of land that had been in our name since before the town had paved roads. So when I planted official state-surveyed land markers, I didn't think much of it. The state's Department of Land and Natural Resources had approved a minor boundary clarification and placed the new GPS-tracked titanium core stakes with precision equipment. They weren't just markers. They were legal records anchored in geospatial coordinates. Apparently, Karen DeVries, the ever-watchful president of our HOA, didn't get the memo. 2 weeks after the markers were placed, I noticed something off during my morning walk. One of the bright orange flags was gone. At first, I thought maybe it had just blown off. But when I checked further, the metal stake itself was missing, yanked right out of the ground. By the third day, 2 more were gone. I knew exactly who to suspect. Karen had always given me trouble for my non-conforming fencing and unregistered equipment, meaning the antique tractor I parked under my covered shed. She insisted my land was encroaching into the community greenbelt, a grassy HOA-maintained strip that no one ever used but somehow everyone wanted control over. So when I spotted Karen pacing the property line with a clipboard one afternoon, I calmly walked over and asked if she'd seen anyone tampering with the survey markers. "I removed them," she said without hesitation, arms crossed. "They don't match HOA landscaping guidelines. You can't just stick metal poles into the ground wherever you want." I blinked, momentarily stunned. "Those weren't just metal poles," I replied. "They're state-issued land markers. You just removed part of a legal survey." Karen scoffed. "Don't get dramatic. You can file a new one." What she didn't know, and what I was about to enjoy letting her discover, is that each of those markers was embedded with a GPS transponder, courtesy of a pilot program by the State Survey Office. The transponders record movement, coordinate changes, and location data to a central system monitored by the state's Geographic Information Systems Department. I called my contact at the survey office and let them know what happened. 2 days later, a state land agent and a deputy sheriff knocked on Karen's door. Turns out the missing markers were still active. One was found behind her tool shed. Another one was in her garage. She'd wrapped it in a towel and was planning to dispose of it properly. Except that was now tampering with state property. The agents explained to her in full legal detail that she had committed a criminal offense. Each marker was considered a piece of state-monitored infrastructure, and removing or relocating them without authorization was not just a civil issue. It was a felony under state code. Karen's smug demeanor evaporated faster than morning dew in August. The HOA tried to distance itself from her actions immediately. I received a formal apology from the board, along with a written agreement that no further interference would occur regarding boundary markers, agricultural use, or fencing on my lot. But that wasn't the end of it. The state pressed charges for tampering with survey equipment, and while Karen avoided jail time, she was slapped with a hefty fine and community service hours, ironically assigned to help assist the Parks and Lands Office with future survey projects. Now, when people walk past the edge of my land, they'll see those same titanium markers, freshly reinstalled and encased in protective concrete sleeves. And Karen? She quit the HOA. Quietly, of course. I still chuckle every time I check the state GIS app on my phone, showing the blinking dot of my secure land markers, exactly where they're supposed to be. Some lines you just don't cross, especially when they're tracked by satellite.